Hello and welcome. My name is Maria Kliavkov, and I'm the founding director of Healthy Mourning Revolution. We are dedicated to revolutionizing the way we all think about grief and mourning. Normally, in my podcast is where I answer questions, and today we received a question that I think is just way too important for me not to answer it right here and right now. So that's what I'm going to do. And the question is this: why don't we as a society know how to walk through grief in healthy ways? And why is it so difficult to find support that is suitable? This is such a beautiful question, and I can hear the pain in the question, because the reality is, for those of us who choose to move through our grief journey in respectful ways, in ways that are healthy for us, we find that we don't have the support that we need and that people don't know how to support us. So here's the thing. We need to make sure that we find the people who can be there for us in our grief journey, who are willing to be there and understand that there is a healthy way to walk through this. And that when we walk through it in healthy ways, yes, there is pain, but there is also joy. Yes, there is sadness and sorrow, and there are some difficult emotions we need to deal with. There are some difficult physical symptoms we need to deal with. And yet, as we face it and we walk through it, we discover that we find comfort and even joy and support. So how do we do this? We need to look at what the myths are. We need to look at what we've been taught, because the reality is what we've been taught is not the truth. We've been taught to fear grief. And so we need to look at all of the myths of grief, and we need to look at them honestly, and we need to make choices around what we know to be true on our insides, because each one of you who is grieving, you are the experts on your grief. Finding suitable support means finding people who understand that you are the expert on your grief and knowing how to sit with you as you discover what your next steps are. If you're really not sure how to do this, but this all sounds really good to you, I invite you to join us. We are starting our next live launch on Monday, December 5th. It's 5 days, 1 hour a day. And the most important thing about the live launch is we take 1 hour to focus on just the myths of grief so that we better understand what those myths are. We take 1 hour to look at what is the wellness team that we need to have around us so that we find those suitable people, and we recognize that those suitable people are the people who need to be our wellness team at this time in our life. In this particular one, because we are in December, we're going to be looking at how do we use the holidays to help us in converting our grief from grief to healthy mourning. Because when we convert it to healthy mourning, what we discover is that we find comfort even in that journey. And so we can use the holidays as a trigger, and we can force ourselves to avoid the holidays or force ourselves to go through traditions that don't have meaning or may even be hurting us right now. Or we can use the holidays as the impetus to find ways to convert the grief to healthy mourning. We can find ways to use the holidays to remember our loved ones and embrace them. And we can actually find both comfort and joy, even in this very difficult holiday. If this sounds good to you, then please click on the link before to sign up. Click on the link below to sign up for the live launch and join us there, because we'd love to see you there. There is a special day just for your questions, and so we're going to do Q&A day and answer all of the questions that you have. But most of all, please remember that these 5 days are not designed to trigger you. These 5 days are designed to support you from underneath. Some people think that throwing a rescue to somebody is a way to support someone in grief, but that's not the truth of it. That can help someone who's grieving just feel a little more buried and like they're drowning. What we do is we come in underneath and we support you right where you are, and we walk with you, knowing that you are the leader in this conversation and that you are the expert on your grief. If this sounds good to you, then please join us for live launch. Also, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the notifications bell so that whenever we drop a new video, you're the first to hear it. Look forward to connecting with you and wishing you much love and support in your grief journey. Namaste.